back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down that fire sample you heard at the start of the video. It's inspired by the new NBA Youngboy project. Really nice project. Got a few different styles on it as well. So in today's video, I want to be breaking down not the pain melody style. I feel like a lot of other people do that really well, and I can do that in the future if you guys want me to. Just let me know in the comments. But what I'm going to be going over is that more cinematic, bouncy and orchestral sound that he uses. That's what we're getting into. Don't forget to obviously go ahead, support the channel and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the future producer content here on a weekly basis. But that's pretty much it. Let's jump into this breakdown. Hey. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to deconstruct is this melody I came up with in Capsule in the Black Ivory setting here on Concert Grand. So these are the settings I've got. I've got the mic distance literally on none, so it sounds really close. The brightness on full, and I put a little bit of compression in on there and a little bit less reverb than it originally had, just to kind of make it stick out a little bit, because you find with these pianos, they're not going to be like lush and soulful, they're going to kind of be very like static and like upright sounding, because that's kind of what creates that bounce. So this is the melody I came up with. So it's basically, I'm using the root note as a guidance for the bounce, so there, and then I'm putting chords over the top and maybe a couple of top line notes here and there. So this is what it sounded like. The end of every 2 bar, I just try to add like a little passing lick, and at the last bar, on the 8th bar, I've got no chords and I've just kind of gone down the scale. The second melody I came up with was this bass. Now the bass is really important in these kinds of beats just because it adds to the bounce and the cinematic feel. So you have a very active bass line in these sorts of beats. So I'm going to just show you this. The main sort of thing again is at the end of each second bar, you can see we've got little licks and changes. And in the last 8 bars, we have no root note and a nice kind of scale down, just like we saw in the piano. But this time I've just put the first 3 notes up an octave as well, just to add a bit more of a layered effect. So this is what it sounds like on its own. So if any of you guys are wondering what plugin I'm using, this is Romana 2. And it's really good for this sort of sound. So next up, I came in with these string violins. Now you hear this in a lot of Youngboy's music. He has a lot of these Pizzicato strings, as I mentioned in the intro. These strings are just really good, once again, for the bounce. So these kind of follow a very similar sort of, they follow kind of the passing tones and not the chords in this instance. And it really just adds to it, because these Pizzicato strings, they're good at adding like some extra atmosphere and bounce, but they don't take up a lot of frequency space. So they're really like an easy element to add when it comes to these sorts of beats. So this is what this sounds like. So for the context on the bass, the orchestral strings that are on Pizzicato and the piano, it sounds like this. It's really cool, really cinematic. And what I did after that was I just added one more melody, and I took out the Pizzicato strings after the first 8 bars, and that's kind of what I've done throughout this sample. I basically swapped between the Pizzicato strings and this guitar here on Romana 1. So this is the chords I kind of put in here. I'll play them singularly first, and then I'll play it in context with the other melodies. So that's what I've got there, so you can hear that in context right here. Next up after that, I've used that same Capsule piano that I showed you guys at the start, and I've just put in this kind of really high piano note slide, just to give it that kind of soulful, churchy kind of feel, because I feel like a lot of Youngboy's music does take inspiration from church, whether it's instrument selection or that kind of really sort of free melodic flowing style. So I've added this to try and add like a little bit more character. So it sounds like this. So I've got some little kind of stabs and different stuff, and I gotta give a shout out for these sorts of sounds. I use G-Box Beats 38 Baby 2. He's got a pretty cool type beat channel. He also does sound kits and stuff. And this was a free kit, and I've kind of, as you can see, we got some brass stabs. This 21 is just another sort of wah guitar. Again, some wah guitars and brass stabs. So I'm going to sort of show you how the effects add that a little bit more character to the beat. So this is sort of how it sounds with the wahs and the brass stabs. Also added in these extra perks as well to give an authentic feel, which is just kind of and also a little bongo loop like that, just to give a bit more character to it. So I went ahead and exported it, and then what I did was I've pitched up to C# minor. Okay, so now we're going to start to add some drums to it. So I've basically selected the part of the sample with no bass guitar, because we're going to be adding our own bass through an 808. So the first thing I want to do is just start creating that sort of Youngboy bounce. So what we're going to do is go into this drum selection. I've got some drums already pulled up here. Now I'm going to sort of start with my OZ clap here. This clap is from my Phantom drum kit if you guys want to go check it out. So I'm going to get that across 4 bars there and put it across 8. Control A, Control B to do that. And then I think I'm going to couple it up with some other claps here. Got the gang clap, bounce clap. So that's a good way to start a bounce, just like that. I think I'm going to layer up this one on the first and third of each 4 bars here, just to create a bit more layering, a bit more of a punch. And now we've got some snares. So you want to be using some tighter snares for this sort of style. So if you haven't got any tight snares, you can always just go in here and just turn the out down. What's this one like? Yeah, this is also a nice one. Then we can go in with some hi-hats. And we want to add a little bit of vibes to them. So firstly I'm just going to delete these first sort of 6 and just use this first 2 like this. Give some variety here. So as it hits on the clap, I want to have a roll, so Alt U there just to cut that up. Staying at velocities by holding the right click. And then we'll take these 2 down like this, and then I'm going to do a 3rd step with paintbrush. Just make a few changes. So I like to remove a few hi-hats just to add some extra bounce. And now you can add like this classic Youngboy sounds like the laser and stuff. I'm just going to add that there on the first beat of each first and third bar. Then I got this other laser. hard now, so I think the only thing we need now is just like some open hats, and then we can get onto the kick in 808. That's hard. And one thing I want to note before I put in the kick in 808, you might want to take a few of these elements out, like if you're layering it up like this, how I have. Like there's a lot going on, so especially for like the verses, you might want to use these extra bounce elements, but for the hooks and stuff, you might want to keep it a bit more simpler. You don't need to have all these different percussive bounces going on at the same time. So I'm just going to mute a couple just to get the kick in 808 down. So I think I'm going to go with the kick first, and I might just play that in by feel. Shit. Put a clipper on that, turn it up into the clipper, make sure it's mono too. Right, so let's get an 808. Alright, so let's just quickly split the drums up. You can see you've got a lot going on, so I'm just going to kind of break it down for you so you guys can actually understand what's going to go on here. So I'm just going to get everything out and then sort of show you how I add in and take out elements really quickly. If this is the hook, we are now going to obviously take out some elements and add them in for the verse. So how I'm going to determine how long the hook is, it's going to be this long, and then I'm going to literally duplicate everything that's here and put it next door to it, the verse, and then we'll use this bass element to bring back in like another hook, like as a bridge. So I'm going to just take that there, put that there. But structurally, that's what we kind of do in terms of looping it round. Like this is kind of what I'd go for, something like this. And then structure wise, we can just easily take out some elements we don't need. So let's take out some counter snares, and let's take out these, let's keep the laser and stuff in, and we'll take that out for the verse, and then we'll take out some of these extra claps as well as the snares, and I think we should be good. I think I'll also, yeah, let's just try that. Take the hi-hats out there. See here, now we've got a chance to add a bit more percussion and stuff, so I'm going to add in these other counter snares here. Open hat 2, open hat 1, so I'm going to take those open hats out as well. Structurally, that's what I do, and then let it lead into the bridge. So that is the end of the video. First and foremost, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you can take some value from it, learn from it. Make sure you obviously go ahead and show the video some love, like it, and also let me know what you thought about it in the comments. And obviously share this with anyone that loves making music. But that is pretty much the video for me today. I'm going to be playing you guys a little preview at the end of it. Let me know what you think, and make sure you go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss content just like this on a weekly basis. But that's pretty much it from me. And you guys were curious about the sounds that I use, they are linked in the description. You guys can go and check those out. There's also a discount code in the description. And that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Yo, Jadeb, send that pack. Jadeb, send that pack. Yo, Jadeb, send that pack.